Hey guys, I'm gonna attempt this video. It is bouncy as a son of a gun today. This is after the road repair. Wait till you see this in a minute. But I listened to the song by Peter Gabriel, "Shock the Monkey," right? And I guess I don't know if he did it, somebody did it for him. They did an extended version of it. It's like 8 minutes long, and I'm going back. You know,
tracks like run up on the berm where the doors is. That's just what it's like dumping them off. So back right up and you'll feel your truck stop. Right when you hit my tracks, you'll feel your truck stop. And you're right.
it's another bunch of guys. The movie "Shock the Monkey." You know, he didn't say nothing for 20 minutes. I turn on my tape recorder, and they all start talking. It's amazing. The devil's at work at all times. You know. So, anyways, the song "Shock the Monkey," you know, and I think Peter Gabriel's got his finger on the pulse of what's really going on. You know, you get this fiat system that we're all chasing this cash, and we're all loving it like it's something real. And then you go to the Bible. Yep, I always come back to the Bible with everything. I pull the world into the Bible. I don't pull the Bible into the world, or whatever you want to call it. I think it's an individual thing. Oh my God, dude! Wow, you need to get a life. It's not. It's about more than sand, dude. About more than sand. You gotta realize that as an individual, when you realize your money cannot save you. Okay, we're all chasing money. I'm doing it now. I put in my notes. I had a good long talk with the boss yesterday, and he invited me back if I want. He might have to say that legally. I don't know, but he said I'm a good worker. He hates to see me go, but he understands, you know, my personal situation going on. So I'm going to spend time with my family for the holidays, and extended past that, you know, for a couple of months, anyways. You know, just do some stuff up in the Northeast. You know, back to you know, to go to Maine. My sister has property up in Maine right now. She needs a little bit of signage and find the boundary markers and reblaze them. I guess is what they call it. Red paint on a tree. That seems to be the best way they do it. So I'm gonna go up and do that, and that'll be some nice quiet time, you know, for me. And hold on, I gotta get past this guy. He might think I'm crazy. It's confirmed. They all think I'm nuts. So the whole money thing, the whole Keynesian fiat system, it's really been in the world all along. I mean, Rome had it, then Rome started kind of watering down the money. I don't know if you noticed about the quarter. I probably already said it already. Quarter, the dime, the half dollar, I think the full dollar. They got the little ribs and the ridges on the side of it. You know why that's there? It goes all the way back to Rome. When you actually carried a solid piece of gold, what people would do, as they looked like they would get worn or whatever a little bit, you know, they would shave a little bit off and kind of clean it up. So Rome came out with the idea of putting lines in the side of it, and you could not recopy these lines no matter how hard you tried. So you would know at that point if the money was tampered with. Now in our modern day, and I'll go back to the Rich Dad radio show, which is on YouTube. He puts it on YouTube. Great guy. But they're about the current system in place, the Constitution and all that. And the Constitution is great in and of itself. I wish at some point in the history of America that we actually follow it for what it says. You know, slavery should have never happened in this country. That Constitution never supported it. In fact, it denounced it. But yet, somehow, some way, the devil's good, got slavery into this country. And the powers that be, the politicians, were too chicken-butted to do anything about it back then. And that carries on through to this very day. The politicians will not do their job. You know why? They're the king and queenship of this country. They think that the only power we have is to elect them or unelect them. But they've got their money. They're all set. They got their cash. They got their stack of gold. They got their riches that they think is going to save their sorry, pathetic rear end. And they ain't going to do nothing. They ain't going to do nothing about it. You know? Matter of fact, I had a dream before the massive sneeze session we just went through in 2020. It was before it happened, actually. I had this vivid dream. I mean, like we're talking right now, like you see me right now. It was vivid, that vivid. And I don't know if I think I was driving. I was driving. That's what it was. I was driving. So for some reason, I put 45 in place of that, but it wasn't. It was me driving, and 45 was in office at the time. And you know, if you don't know what the number 45 means, count the leaders of this country. That's what I'm talking about. Cause I think that might be a YouTube bad word, you know. And I just wanted to be able to say my mind without hurting anybody's feelings. And here we go, roller coaster time. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, baby, here we go. We just fixed this road. There was no difference. So I had this dream, driving down the highway, right? It was like a really wide highway too. It was 6 lanes on each side. So I don't know where the heck I was, but 6 lanes on each side. And we came up over this hill, and all of a sudden, no, was it? All right, I'm messing up the dream because I haven't talked about it in a while to anybody or to myself. I was driving, and there was a Roadrunner character, okay? It looked just like the Roadrunner on the cartoon, the Roadrunner. But it was in the passenger seat. It was jumping around. It was like very energized. I mean, his sucker was like, brr. All of a sudden, his feet started like running on the seat, and they caught on fire, and they were spinning like a really fast wheel, spinning real fast, right? He smashed through the windshield, and I'm like sitting there like, what the heck is going on? He started, and there was a flatbed tractor trailer in front of me, and he started jumping on top of all the material on top of the truck and breaking it off and smashing it all over the highway, right? Also, we come over this crest, all the traffic is stopped. There's a big train coming across the highway, and it's slowing down. It's like it was probably only doing 5 miles an hour, and it was almost going to a complete stop, right? All of a sudden, I look in my rearview mirror, there's a red and a blue monster pickup truck coming down the highway, and they're riding that highway like they just stole the whole thing. I don't know what that thing's issue is, but okay, you'll be fine. Got a brightness issue, whatever that means. The 745s are interesting. Cat, if you ever get this video, pull your head out of your butt. Doesn't need to be this rough of a ride. But so all of a sudden these monster trucks, the blue and the red monster truck, I'm politically minded, so I assumed that that's what it was. The red and the blue represented those sides, and they started driving over the cars, just boom, driving all over the cars. All of a sudden, they were hitting cars off the road and all that kind of, running over some cars. All of a sudden, they see all the traffic stop. They jumped into the neighborhoods and started running over houses. They were big like this truck. They were just running over houses like they were little Monopoly houses, you know, on the Monopoly game. And boy, you should see that view, man. I'm gonna give you this real quick shot. I'm gonna make you sick, so look away for 10 seconds, and here we go. Look at that shot. Look at that view. Isn't that something? That is unbelievable. I love the simplicity of God. Love it. This guy does the same thing every day. This road can blow up. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna plant trees on it anyway. I love him. I really do. I love his sense of humor, and he has one. He has a massive sense of humor, you know. But so these cars started smashing all over, and they got to the train, right? And they slowed down and they stopped, kind of like at both kind of semi pointing towards each other, but not completely. And I've been trying to factor in my mind, why the heck? You know, one party's good, depending on what side you're on. The other party's bad, right? That's kind of how we all think. You know, we think left and right. So all of a sudden, I'm on the other side of the train tracks, and there's 4 Chinese people standing up, and they're pointing at the train, kind of like, you know, the stereotypical Godzilla movies, you know, they point like that, and all of a sudden, the train stops, the trucks stop, and they fall back, flat on their back, right? They lay right back like dominoes, right? And I'm like, what the heck? And the train did not move again. The train stopped. What that tells me in that dream, now this is over a year and a half later, that this is how long it took me kind of trying to figure, I've been trying to piece this together since it was that vivid of a dream. What that tells me is the world system, that one world order we're waiting to come in is here, it's alive, and it's doing just fine. So what I'm trying to get you guys to realize, that the money you've been chasing your whole life ain't worth the paper it's printed on. It is not even worth it. Somebody was saying, oh, it costs them $11 every bill they make or something BS like that. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's not attached to nothing. It's not a financial factor to these guys. It doesn't matter. That's just getting you and me running around like a bunch of idiots. That's all it's about. It ain't about nothing more than that. But realize that, hey, fine, they're in charge. Have fun with it, you know. But the Bible says when your money no longer will save you, you got to get to that place where you realize this money is nothing. You need Jesus Christ, food, and shelter. Okay. And that's it. I mean, these guys over here where I'm working are chasing this money down like there's no tomorrow. And I tell you what, we're making some really good paper. I tell you, man, we are making some paper over here right now. I mean, this paper is going to feed me for quite a while based on what I'm going to do with it, you know. So I said, I'm doing full-blown minimal. Just got my wood stove in. I was going to package it on a video, but I've been having trouble with my videos because I got too much storage, and they've been shutting me down. We may get shut down again on this, so if it ends, I'm just going to post it as is, you know. But you'll see a bunch of videos come on, probably 6 or 7 of them that did that, but to me, they're good enough as is. I'm not going to deal with that. I'll just, you know, let it stop as is, and, you know, I'm new, okay? I'm brand new at this, so you're gonna have to cut me some slack. But you know, you're just gonna get resolute, gonna get absolute. And I don't mean to drink. I mean you're gonna realize who's in charge and who's not. God created all this, and all we're doing is creating a mess. Everywhere we go, we're creating a mess. There is nothing we're doing that's fixing anything. We're just digging ourselves a deeper hole. No pun intended for what I'm doing for work right now. But you gotta simplify your mind. You gotta simplify your life. You gotta get to what's real. I was talking to this guy last night over here. I've become somewhat, you know, I think I can talk to him a little bit more than everybody else, but he's a ex-military guy. He had some bad experiences in the military in war, so he saw some stuff, and he told me a little about it. One of his buddies got killed, and he saw it happen. Yeah, I wouldn't want that to ever be in my mind, and I completely understand where he's at with it, as being outside of the situation. I have no idea where he's at literally, but you know, it's got to be rough. And he goes to these Second Amendment meetings and all that stuff, and I often wondered. I'm going to ask him. I go, how much do you invite God into those meetings? Because God said, if you ignore me, I'll ignore you. He says it in His Word. If you ignore me, I will ignore you. We have very few controls of God, and they're not complimentary towards us. If we turn to God, he has to turn to us. If we turn away from God, we force God to walk away from us. Okay? Although what I love about God, even though he has to turn away from us, he's walking backwards right behind us. And you got to believe that. You got to believe that God is here no matter what your situation is. He is here with you. He sent his son for you. And they're coming back to collect their merchandise. Do you want to be one of his chosen? It's up to you. You jump into that hand of God and just stay there. Sit down, relax, realize that you are never going to be the one to get this world straightened out. They're all thinking it's going to get straightened out. Over here, they're thinking, oh, we're around the corner to getting this figured out. We just had that little meeting this morning. No, they're not. They're digging a hole in the ground. They're throwing it in another hole down the street. Come on. Get real, you know? And it's just ironic. It really is how it all happens, you know? But it's just get studying the Word without trying to figure out your angle on it. And it's a tough thing to kind of get, because we're trained to read a self-help book. This book will teach me how to help myself. The Bible tells you you're screwed without me. There's nothing you can do for yourself. Let me handle it. He says it at the end of, it's getting even more amazing by the minute. He, in the book of Amos, says, if my people will turn from their wicked ways and turn back to me and all that stuff, right? Everybody loves that. I love it too. Finish reading the chapter or the verse or whatever. It says, but since you won't and since you can't, I will have to do it for you. You have to trust that he's going to do it for you at his good time, in his good pleasure. It's up to him. We are just the church can say, oh, we're God's hands and feet. Okay, that's fine. But when are you gonna get your hands and feet working right? You know, people make fun of handicapped people, retarded people and all that kind of stuff, right? You know what I say? They're just a physical of what we are internally. That's all it is. And yet instead we make fun of them. Before I'm gonna make fun of that person, I'm gonna make fun of myself. I ain't no better than that person that can't do anything for themselves, because we can't do nothing for ourselves. I'm working all day. Okay, what's that doing for me? Oh, I'm amassing money. What's money? It's a pile of paper attached to nothing other than the government said, this week, that paper's good. That paper's good to go buy food. Or go buy shelter. And that's about all we're doing. We're buying food and shelter, bigger food, bigger shelter, more expensive food, more expensive shelter. It's all the same stuff. It doesn't change. That's why you need to simplify. If you take the clutter out of your house, you therefore are also taking the clutter out of your mind. Because, I got to look better than Joe down the street. Oh, Mikey's got what? Well, I want that. I mean, I go back to when my dad helped my brothers buy a four-wheeler. Four-wheelers first came out. I thought he bought it for them. I said, well, where's my four-wheeler? And he told me, he goes, you want a four-wheeler? Yeah. I go, what kind do you want? I go, well, one like them, but, at least that size one or whatever, I know a whole lot about him. I don't remember what he even said, but I was describing what I wanted. He goes, you know what you can do? I go, what? He goes, go get a job. Go get yourself some fiat money. This stuff is made to spend. It's not made to amass. If you want to amass wealth, you need to amass Jesus Christ in your life. That's the only wealth that's real in this world. And you will get scorned, beaten, insulted, embarrassed, ashamed. You will get all that from other people that think that this money's a real thing. Like, who's the fool? They're chasing paper. You're chasing eternity. You're chasing a perfect world to come. And that's what you need to do. And that's what I'm trying to say. That whole book is not how to get better. That whole book is where we went wrong. The Ten Commandments. Everybody's if you just do these, you'll be okay. No. The Ten Commandments are telling you where we went wrong, where we are wrong, and where we will continue to be wrong if we don't accept him. And when we accept him, we're still going to do all that wrong. We're still going to have stupid ideas. Like I said, I got bad habits, and I'm probably going to go do a couple of bad habits without realizing it, or sometimes with realizing it, you know? We always think, oh, I'm a Christian, oh, I'm all nice and shiny, new and clean. The Lord cleansed me. He's cleansing you. He's not, you're not cleansed. You know, it's the ing and the ed on the end of cleanse is that you got to be careful for, you know? It's like me, I, and my are bad words because you're thinking of yourself, you know? But then when you use that in a way that, oh, I'm going to go help the homeless so I can look good. Well, don't bother. Stay home. Don't bother going to help them. Or go bring them some food and then just go home. You're not doing it in the right spirit. You're not doing it in the right mindset. You do it because those people are checked out of religion. They're checked out of this world. They're checked out of the fiat system. They saw something and they threw it all away. If you can get Jesus back into their life, and yes, I'm a hardcore Jesus person. Anybody that's not, I'm not trying to insult what you think is going on. Just go find another channel. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not. This is not a debate on that subject. You know, wow, that's an amazing view. The camera's not even picking it up good. And I gotta find the camera that would. But you know, it's life's really simple. It's so simple. We make it hard. We put all this pressure on ourselves, and it's not our fault. It's due to our training. Like I said, we're raised. Oh, you put a kid in a better school, they'll get a better education. You know, you got these kids that are on welfare, coming out of welfare houses. It's all a moot point. I don't care if you're if you got $1 million mansion or you got a 3-cent tent. I don't care. You are part of that welfare system because the government tells you what you can and can't do, taxes you based on this or that. They'll take it from you, give it to them, or take it from them and give it to you, or you get a tax write-off. That's a welfare system. Sorry, you call it whatever you want.